Hello, and welcome to the latest episode of Lay Film. Joining me today are my good friends and fellow podcasters. To my right,
it's Tyler.
There's Mac.
This is Jezer.
This is Kevin.
And today we're going to be talking about Songs from the Second Floor, a film by Roy Andersson, a Swedish filmmaker. This is the first part of a trilogy, which I have not seen the rest of. And yeah, it's a beautifully haunting film that's centered right before the turn of the century. So yeah, it has all those classic anxieties about the death of history and modernity and humans no longer being humans and all this great stuff. So yeah, I look forward to hearing everyone's thoughts as well as just rambling on my own. So feel free to tell me to shut up at one point or another. And yeah, thank you for joining us today.
All right, I'll just start off in saying I didn't get this movie. I need like 2 more rewatches or something. I watched this like I was like looking at a painting in the museum. I'm like, what the fuck does any of this mean, dude? And I was like, this looks tight. Like the shit's happening looks cool and looks funny. And I just had like interpretations, but like none of it made any sense. But it was cool. So I'm like interested in like hearing like what everyone else thought, and I want Pat to explain this movie to me. But yeah, at first I was like, are they zombies? I'm confused. and then I was like, is this Nazi Germany? And then I was like, oh, they're clearly like in like purgatory or some weird shit like that, right? Like it's not real. I don't fucking know.
Jezer, you're saying all this?
Yeah.
You completely understood the film.
You did, bro.
Fuck.
I feel the same way. I'm like, I'm like, this seems like a purgatory.
The answer is like yes to all the zombies, purgatory, Nazis still in control. Spot on.
Nuts.
Yeah, and the sun, the two suns.
I feel like the main thing I'll take away from this movie is like the movement in the frame. Because like it's so static, but then
every shot's static.
There's just so many layers of depth of movement in the background. It's like I've never seen, like you're saying, like a painting. You're like, like what? Like looking at like a super in-depth painting. Just
it was like, where's Waldo? Like everyone was doing something different.
Where's Waldo?
Like, you know?
Yeah, it is like that. Everybody has like something that makes them so unique.
Yeah,
like somebody's like off to the side trying to like get up onto a stool and can't seem to do it. Like,
I wish I could be like a fly on the wall on those sets.
I bet the set design was beautiful. Like some of the shots, I don't know how much is practical or like effects, but like there's like certain ones that just stretch for like.
I read
like
somewhere,
the airport scene. I'm like, how the fuck did they do this?
I think I might have read that like all of it was built like on set, like none of it's on location, so he like lost a lot of money or some shit building all these locations out.
No, the streets, it's like a
continuous, it's like looks like
unpainted. It's like very plain and drab. Utilitarian.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I do love the Easter eggs, like the boardroom where they're passing around the Eye of God, the like crystal ball / reflective ball from like a Renaissance painting.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I fucking hated that scene. Honestly, that was like, I hated it, like just fucking hearing. I think it was like the ASMR of like him turning the pages looking for that piece of paper,
and we just can't find it,
and it just sat there, like it stayed on that scene and that sound for so long. I was like fucking losing my mind. I was like, stop looking for the fucking paper.
And I'm glad to hear. Kevin, how'd you feel about it?
This movie had been on my watch list for a very, very long time, and I mean, even some of his other movies from this trilogy that he made called Living Trilogy. There's a movie called A Pigeon Sat on a Branch Reflecting on Existence, or I think that's the name of it.
I think that's the final one.
Yeah, and then the second one is called You, the Living. But yeah, that other film that I was talking about has been on my list for a very long time, and I remember like seeing stills from this movie with like the makeup of like the white painted makeup on them, and then just seeing the very muted color scheme and the absurdity of it too. I think I've seen a few scenes from Songs from the Second Floor before, but I hadn't ever seen the movie in its entirety. And I was personally really excited to watch this movie because I just enjoyed like these kinds of movies a lot. And yeah, it pretty much confirmed every expectation that I had, and that I personally loved this movie. I thought it was amazing. I thought it at times was harrowing to watch because it felt like I was just watching my existence on screen. Like there's one character, I think his name is Stefan, who is the person who just went mad because of like all of the like existence, and like and I'm like, shit, man, I really resonate with that character.
One in the psych ward.
Yeah. But I think that there was something around like I the number is escaping me, but apparently it's like 40 to 60 different micro scenes inside of this movie. The number could be completely
I did
wrong.
read that. It was like 47 basically like static shots.
That's insane to me, of like 47 paintings basically. And at first I thought it was just gonna be an anthology film for the most part, but then they started having people returning, and I loved like seeing like the through lines of each person, because it was kind of like a cycle of the victimization of letting themselves like play the victim and like feel like a martyr in a sense, and especially with like certain characters. But I don't know, I love this movie, like the music, especially the set design, the overall ambiance, the absurdist humor. I have a lot more to say about the comedy aspect of it too, but yeah, I'm personally really happy we got to watch this.
Nice. And yeah, I'm in a similar boat. I think I just saw the subway scene, and then I was in love with that scene, so I was like, I gotta watch this movie. And then on a feeling, I was like, let's just watch this for this episode. I've only seen that scene. Let's see what the rest is about. And I was pleasantly depressed by the experience.
So what does it all mean, Pat?
Okay. Beloved are those who sit down. Killer line. And then there's some other great ones, but I don't have those memorized as much as that one. But yeah, I just love that line. And then yeah, you contrast that with like the modern, it's capitalist hellscape manifest. I love all the little nods too, because they have more European history. Mm-hmm. You see this in a lot of certain parts of Europe. But like, yeah, the old general guy, he does the Hitler salute.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of, the death drive of the fascists escaped into capitalism. And then, we flew over all the nuclear scientists and rocket scientists. And now, we're on the same trajectory of, death and demise. Like, it's the modern experience. And then, yeah, like, the people are like corpse-like because they're like zombie-like. They're made inhuman. The character, I don't think he has any direct lines, but the poet, the son who is
Stefan.
in this,
I think his name is Stefan.
Yeah, he's like too melancholy to even acknowledge the world he's in, which is he's like the most relatable character, along with his brother, who's like just trying to get by and also find little glimpses of moments where he's human, like what the clarinet scene.
What about the main guy? What was his name?
Cal.
Oh, I was saying Cal. But what's his deal? Like, where does he? Can you explain to me?
He's your petty tyrant.
Okay, where does he start and how does it end? Like, especially the ending? What is your take on that if you know it?
I don't fully know it, but he reads like you, when you have a job and there's like someone who takes it way too seriously. The manager. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this Carl's Jr. is like, we run this like the Navy. This is actually a big deal. Or, like, it's important not to get people sick, but it's not really important to, look like a Marine when you're giving people their fries. Okay. Which isn't to disparage the position, but it's just to disparage that like grind set that, presentability supersedes people's experiences or their comfort in life and working. And yeah, he seems like that kind. He's like he's aware of the impending doom, especially later on as the film progresses. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's like a failed businessman who just he commits arson on his own store to try to get the insurance money. Yeah, he's trying to flip his failed business because he's like he's taught that to be a capitalist or to be a manager, or you got to be a businessman to be successful, and he's pursued that path and he's not built for it. And so he's like, okay, and the next thing is to be a crook, which is also the same as being a businessman. So he sets arson to his own stuff. The friend at the conference who's like the millenniums come in, he's like, oh, here's our crosses, and he's like arguing about the quality of the crosses. It's like Jesus is spinning.
Yeah, the nails are terrible quality. Yeah. We got to find some new nails.
These nails are not good.
Like, now's the time to capitalize. It's only happens. Not gonna happen for another 1,000 years.
You got to find something to add two zeros to the end of it or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that was the line.
Yeah. So yeah, the contrast of like and as the film progresses, you see like the phantoms of the European, like capital drive, like the victims of the Holocaust, or Blitzkrieg. It's like, oh, this like village guy with his hands still bound, who's like filled with immense regret for not apologizing to his sister before they were executed by the Nazis. He's like sitting there like pleading with this businessman, like, acknowledge me, and he's like I can't help you, man. I don't have any money for you. It's like
he's like, I don't even speak your language. Yeah, I don't even know what you're saying.
I'm not even gonna try to understand you or what's happening. I gotta get my insurance claim authenticated. I gotta get my payout. And yeah, there's the the airport scene where everyone has like luggage 10 feet tall, but all of them have golf clubs on the top, and they're just seeking to escape the failed country of Sweden or Europe.
Do you think, like, I'm not religious, so I don't know, but isn't that like a play on like carrying like a big ass cross?
Yeah, no, that's exactly it, Tyler. Yeah.
He does carry a cross too.
Yeah, because like
the Jesus
he starts seeing like all the spirits once he becomes like the salesman for the fucking.
But yeah, like you were saying though, in that airport scene, everybody is carrying their own cross in a way. Yeah. Like they're lugging it because it weighs like a ton, and it's their cross to bear in a sense.
And it's like everyone's trying to get to this same place.
It's like just 10 feet away.
At the same speed, but.
Yeah, and it also rivals that traffic jam that's going on throughout the entire film.
Oh yeah, right.
It's everybody's rushing to nowhere because they sense like a impending doom, but they're so quick to pass the blame onto some unknown phenomenon. Like they're even in the scene where they're passing around the orb from the soothsayer, or like the oracle or whoever she is. By the way, I love that little detail how they're freaking out about the building moving, and she's the only one sitting at the table completely calm. Anyways, they're so quick to like bring in this oracle to like show them like the future, because all of their other solutions have just put them in this predicament.
Yeah, like the earnings report is missing. Get a psychic in here to tell us what it is.
Yeah, and the funny thing about that is the person who came up with that document of like justifying why they shouldn't be working, of how it goes against fate, and how the only thing that they have to answer to is fate, and that they're subject to the whims of it. But it's this person's fate to lose that document, the only thing that would make sense to all of these people, because they're so ingrained in just the system that they grew up in and are a part of. And without that document, it's like, his wife says, like, why don't you just like write the document again? And then he like goes, oh, well, it's not that simple, really.
There wasn't much in it, but it's so hard to explain.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I did love the quote when he's like talking to the insurance guys, and they're like he's telling them about like the Chippendale and the armchairs, and they're like, oh yeah, do you have a note of it? And he's like, no, I don't have a fucking note. It's like, it's in fucking ash. But then he's like, you, for example, he's like, you're a person, right? He's like, I forget what he said, but he's like, somebody may have never made note of you, but you're still a person or whatever. And I was like, damn.
Yeah.
That was fucking, yeah.
And I feel like that's a really good glimpse into who Cal could have been, because he obviously like passed on those genes to his other two sons, who are unlike a lot of the other people in that world. You have the one son who takes on the hospitalized brother's like taxi job and keeps his wife company, and you have the son who was a little bit too tapped into the consciousness of what was going on and wanted to write poetry and, you know, engage in art to like sort of circumvent that, but then it just became too much for him. And then you have Cal, who is so infuriated every time he sees his son in the hospital bed. He can't help but like yell and scream at him because that's him. That's him on the bed. And he sees that.
He makes it about him too.
Yeah. and I don't know. I feel like it just is. It helps us to visualize and to like see what is left inside of Cal. Like you have these two warring identities. One that sees the problem and is just too stuck in his ways to actually, you know, confront it. And then the other side that is wanting to sell the crosses and like trying to burn down his like business to like, you know, make a profit or something like that. And a lot of the shit that he gets into, it's all because of those two warring identities. Mm-hmm. Like there's always a give and a pull to it.
Yeah.
What is the ending about? I watched that and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is all these? Where are all these people coming from, and what's happening?
For me, there's 3 paramount scenes that, like, for me, tell the through line of the film in a way, where it's the like a mass choir moment.
Yeah, on the subway.
Yeah, that's like a beautiful scene.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like throughout the city. It seems like.
Yeah, it's like the mass hysteria of like the dancing, whatever that disease in medieval times, where everyone danced in the village for like a day, and then they're like, what the hell was that? And no one had any explanation. But for that one, for me, it's like the mass death of like the human spirit that they all experience simultaneously. Like this beautiful, captivating, like final death cry. And then they just like, no one acknowledges it even. And then, yeah, is it Carl or Cal?
Cal, yeah.
Cal, he doesn't even sing. He's like the only one on the train not singing. He's just too in it. And then that feeds into, I think, the solution to that death from like the market, like these abstract human inventions are all like fate has guided them, not guided them, but like, you know, fate's out of their control. And now these man-made constructs are out of their control. Like where's the paper? What's with the earnings report? Oh, it's down. Why is it down? Or like, you know, get this psychic in here. All the buildings are moving. That building's wiggly. Mass hysteria, and then so they're like, okay, to appease the gods of the market or whatever, they like set up a very ritualized child sacrifice.
God,
yeah, it's like they're reverting further and further into the anthropology of humankind. Yes, like all of our old traditions that are still ingrained in us.
Yeah, that scene took me out.
Like superstition and everything.
Fuck, dude.
It's like, we've tried everything. We got to do a sacrifice. And then obviously it's representative of, again, like, here's all these old 60 to 80-year-old bureaucrats.
Like destroying the future.
Yeah,
that scene is brilliant, by the way. Like building up to it, where it's like they keep re-emphasizing, like, oh no, it's about the experience as well. Like, oh, listen to your elders. Like it's we still have value.
Yeah, like, we know it's best.
But then she shows up again right at the end, right? Was that her?
She shows up at
the very end, walking up with everyone else.
Yeah,
okay.
And that's where the final part is. Call is seeing the
everyone who
the reverted victims, like they're manifesting along with the death of the human spirit. The line between dead people and living people is like blurred, and now.
But why?
Oh, I like
because it's dead. We died
because of humankind.
I just thought he was dead.
I thought he was dead. I took it literally. I guess
we're all dead.
Okay. No, I like that. There's no humanity left.
Right. So they all met up in the same spot, I guess. Right.
There's no hard line. It doesn't matter because he's already, even though he's living, he's already dead.
Yeah. Because everyone is. The traffic is.
I like that.
Traffic's dead still. No one's going anywhere.
Yeah.
They're all rushing. They're all carrying that heavy ass luggage 10 feet to the check-in thing instead of like just escaping.
End up at the same spot, different paces. Yeah.
And it's like we don't even see them board the plane.
No.
or get through the check-in or anything. Like it feels so Kafka-esque.
And the worker's just standing there, just waiting. Like, not until you're at the counter do I have to assist you. And then, I also want to note I think they rise from the grass.
I don't seemingly out of nowhere almost.
Yeah, it's like the bleak horizon of nature, where the rest of the city's like sterile, gray.
That's like the only hints of nature in the movie. I feel like there's no trees in the city.
Those patches of grass.
Yeah.
It's just, and even then the field, it's grass, but it's like a barren flat land.
Oh yeah, it's like eerie too. Yeah.
That's it looks like a place like you'd get whacked. You know?
yeah. And it's like they're like a fucking
like they filmed Sopranos there.
Sopranos, dude. Yeah, they end up like at a junkyard or like it's like a fucking trash.
And he's throwing all the crosses with Jesus.
Yeah, that scene is brilliant too.
Yeah. There's so many funny parts too. Like when he fucking finally gets the big cross and he like does like a double. He does like a roundhouse swing and he almost hits Cal. His friend. He like flinches.
Or when he gets the box and then they all fall through, like all the tiny ones.
Or when his fucking son goes to like he talks to the like guy digging out in the trash and he's like
about the girlfriend.
He's like, oh yeah, her name is Suzanne, she kicked me out, and then he just starts banging like Suzanne,
I'm here to see your window.
He's like, how dare you leave a man who hungers and thirsts, and she's like, fucking some dude.
Let him into your home.
And it's like I don't know him, babe, I swear I don't know him.
Having sex like
Well, she just knows there's like the homeless guy's yelling for Suzanne. Like, who is this? I don't know.
That'd be me. I'd be the dude banging on the fucking thing and be like, hey, let this dude back in. Shit. And then the rats just come out.
Yeah, the cartoonish rats just like. He's like, I wonder how many more of them are in there.
Are these RC cars dressed up as rats? They look pretty good.
Honestly,
good actors.
Those special effects, like everything felt real. Like I when I saw that mile-long stretch of like the airport scene as well as the sacrifice scene. And the people all in the
traffic, all the traffic.
I was like, dude, those are all real things. Like it's not special effects. Like they coordinated all this.
Yeah.
And
it looked really good.
Well, one scene that I really love, like also the arc of it too, was Cal's son. I forget his name. He's the one who takes on the taxi business, and he has the person who writes like the military speeches.
Yes.
For the like tantamount like 100-year-old
general.
Yeah, for the general. And he woke up late, and he's the one who's supposed to be like delivering the speech or something like that. And he's like, oh yeah, I could walk there faster, but then he ends up just getting in a taxi anyways. And seeing the look on Cal's son's face, like him just being like, you can tell he's just been sobbing because of all like the misery that has been like going on.
He's been in traffic for 7 hours.
And he's moved like 2 blocks.
Just crying out of frustration.
Yeah, and then it cuts to that scene of him saying, oh yes, I had about 3 beers, actually about 7, when he's talking to his brother's wife. I think that's his brother's wife.
Yeah, I think it was. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and he's just talking about like how much misery he takes on of like hearing people's sorrows and just being trapped in that hellscape. And I just feel for that character so much.
Dude, it was so sad too. Like he kept saying like, beloved are those who sit down, and then like he says it to her, and then she just looks at him and goes to the other room and sits down on the bed. I was like, because she was just talking about, she's like, you don't love me though. And then he says that, and then she goes to sit down. I'm like, oh man. Everything in this movie is fucking sad.
Yeah, and then the general too, like that entire scene is yet again another absurdist masterpiece where you have all these people, they keep complaining, like the hospital staff, they're like, oh my gosh, they keep sending even more flowers, like what are we supposed to do with all these? And then you have this general who's like in charge of like all of these structures and like bodies still. Symbolically. And he's like reverted back to like a child, like an infant's brain of like seeing this giant cage around him,
dementia ridden.
Yeah, and he's just shaking it, asking for like help.
While they're talking about how much he's the biggest landowner in the country, and then they start talking about all the thousands and thousands of acres, and he's literally trapped in the bed. He's just shaking the bars,
and his bedpan is like full.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah. Well, they give it to him. They like give him the bedpan like right before all the soldiers and everyone walks in, and I was just like, please, dude, please make him rip ass right now. I was like that's the low hanging fruit joke, but I fucking wanted it, and they didn't do it.
No, instead he does the salute.
Yeah.
Sees all these guys in uniforms in front of him, and he's like, "Hello, guys. Glory to the whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this movie's more fun to talk about than it is to watch. In my opinion.
Oh yeah, it's a rough one.
I do honestly, I do want to rewatch it though. Like I want to like try to pay even more attention and like just sit there. I even want to do one viewing like while drunk or something.
Yeah.
Like I just want to see like if my feelings change doing it over and over, watching it more and more. It's just so interesting. It's like it is thought provoking in a different way, you know.
The Magician.
Yeah, the Magician.
Magic's also dead. Magic don't work no more.
That was great.
Yeah. So confused why the trick didn't work.
And then he just keeps getting his wound reopened.
His wife's like has to like set him down to eat dinner. He's like,
how indifferent everyone is to him.
I don't know.
I love how like 7 people walk him in just slowly into the hospital room as the doctor and his like assistant are like talking about how he won't come out to his wife about wanting to get divorced.
They're probably 20-year affair because they're both like 58. It looks like.
And he still like won't say anything to it.
He's not even acknowledging her. He's just like eating his apple or whatever he is looking at the paper.
But to me, like that's all of these scenes felt more real. I mean, they felt just as real life does to me, because all of this shit it's just like it's so pointless. Like in some instances, or like it's so absurd that it doesn't even feel real in a sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it made me think of like, I don't know. I feel like the world is changing now. Like our generation or even younger people now are like the guy who gets fired. He's like, I've worked here for 30 years, which like I understand. You work somewhere and you get fired, like that's obviously devastating. But it seemed like everyone in this whole world like was so afraid to just like give up, whatever, like steer away from the system, or like just not be afraid to like, I guess, lose everything, or just like drop a huge part of your life and like start something else.
I feel like
that's what all had to follow each other.
I feel like that's what Cal was trying to do, because he set fire to like his, who knows how long he's had that sofa business. Like it was a family business, and his son obviously like worked there, or at least one of them did. But then he's like faced with that sudden fear of loss of capital in a capitalistic hellscape that he's living in. And it's like, oh, well, that's your last thread that you're clinging on to. Now that he's in that free fall, he goes back to his ways of scheming and trying to, regain that capital of like stepping on other people. Because there's even that his old business partner, or his like friend. I feel like it was just his friend that he borrowed like hundreds of thousands of dollars from. Yeah.
He shows up as a ghost.
Yeah, and he never paid him back because he ended up killing himself.
Yeah.
And he felt elated because of that, like he's like, oh, cool, I don't have to pay this person back anymore.
So damn, dude.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing with his insurance claim. And
yeah, again, like the, I think Sven and the Belarusian boy, I think they appear first because they're like the early harbingers of like the death of the human spirit or soul in Call. And, because he's like, I was elated I didn't have to pay my friend back. Like that was like, I got a free loan. Like that's awesome. But then I felt my natural human response to that innate greed I've been taught is like extreme guilt. So then that summons the spirit towards him, where he's like, hey, what's up, man? Are you alive again? He's like, no. So, thank God. Like, you're still a ghost. What is this ghost saying? And then how the friend can understand him because he's also dead. And then, the friends, just like the oldest generals doing the Nazi salute, there's this Belarusian victim of like, the fascist capital death drive, and he's like, oh, here's like a old victim, and then like towards the end there's just like abstract, like everyone, like all these bodies just rise from the dirt, and
yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just want to be able to, like, if I ever made my own film, I'd want like one shot like that, like a static shot with hella shit going on in the background like that. Like, it's gonna take weeks. Like, I don't even know. I feel like that would just take so much coordinating and planning. But I feel like they probably only had like, I don't think they probably had a lot of people coordinating and planning in this. I don't know.
I think that the director came back from like a 25-year hiatus or something like that when he made this movie.
That's nuts.
I think his last movie that he made prior to this one was in like the mid-70s. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, isn't that crazy?
Are all his films like, is his whole filmography a little similar to this?
All I know is his last 3 movies. I know he actually made another one in 2021. I forget the name of that one. But yeah, seeing this movie makes me want to go and like watch all of his other movies.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Because apparently these movies are like hard to come across too. Ooh. Like they're becoming more and more obscure and difficult to like attain.
Yeah, I wonder if they're all obscure or then they're all like super subtle, and yeah, I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm. But Tyler, what you were saying reminds me of okay, how many of you have been watching The Rehearsal at all?
Yes.
Yeah, have you been watching it?
Yeah, I haven't even heard of it. What is this?
Yeah,
okay,
either.
Have you ever heard of Nathan Fielder?
Oh yeah. Oh, is that his new show?
Yeah, he's on a second season now.
Okay.
Nathan For You?
Yeah, he made Nathan For You. Do you know what Nathan For You is or any?
No.
Okay, dude, Tyler, you would love this show.
Yeah, you got a lot.
All right,
of homework.
so you know like those old shows where you would have somebody come in to save a failing business or like save a restaurant or like Kitchen Nightmares, anything like that. So Nathan Fielder is someone who claims to like be this business guru and creates like this reality show that is hyper real. It's so real that like he just finds these really unhinged people at times and just lets them be them while he's like maintaining this very awkward, isolated persona of like not being able to communicate with people properly. And you see like him trying to like find connection inside of this series where he goes to like different businesses each episode and tries to save them by enacting these crazy schemes.
Outlandish.
Yeah, one of his
Is
more
this real?
Yeah, it's all real.
It's reality TV, but his parts are obviously a character.
Mm-hmm. One of his more known episodes was on Summit Ice, which was so he saw like a problem. I mean, this isn't the actual episode; it's kind of like a through line in it. He was disappointed in a sports jacket that he had, like a thermal jacket, because the brand itself endorsed a Holocaust denier, and he's of Jewish descent. And his dad got so upset with him that he was still wearing, the jacket. It was called Taiga, like it was the brand. His dad got harassed at like his synagogue, saying, "Oh, why are you wearing that? They endorse this person who denied the Holocaust." And then Nathan's dad told him like, "Hey, don't do that anymore. Don't wear that jacket anymore." And Nathan got so upset by it that he created his own sports jacket called Summit Ice that would purposely like all of the branding and everything. He would like tell people like, "Hey, did you know that over 6 million people? Like, do you agree that over 6 million died during the Holocaust?"
Oh, the model.
Yeah, because they're doing like clothing modeling. Of the guy wearing the jacket, and he's like, and he talks like this, and during the process we made sure that we were able to tell him that over
no one involved is a Holocaust denier, so they're asking the model in the photos like, do you know 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust? He's like, yeah.
And it's like, cool, all right.
And he's like, okay, how many people? Then he asks him again, okay, how many Jews died in the Holocaust? And he's like, 6 million. It's okay, good.
Yeah, like he always twists things just to like get, you know, just that ledge, that hand on the next level.
Great.
Yeah, and it ended up becoming
crazier.
It ended up becoming a really successful jacket company, and it's still going too.
Oh,
but another episode was like based on Dumb Starbucks.
Oh yeah.
Which was a parody of like he created a Starbucks ripoff called Dumb Starbucks in order to like
He's using parody law.
Yeah.
So he has the exact same logo, but it says dumb in there.
It gets so outlandish. Like some of the people that pop up in the series are it's like, how is this real? How is this unscripted? Most of it is unscripted, but there's some bits.
But what's the new show like?
So the rehearsal is it's even more than that. It's Nathan For You minus the businesses, whatever. But it's so the attention to detail that he puts into. Okay, so the premise of the show is this: if you had, you know, have you ever had a moment in your life where you could prepare for it and go through that situation? You know, have like. I wish I could go into this situation having done it this way this way before. Yeah. That's the entire premise of the show.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But he has an insane budget from HBO to where he creates like this. He has like a massive lot or like a hangar that he recreates sets in detail for detail
of real places.
Yeah, of real places. For instance, like there was
episode 1. You just got to watch episode 1 of the rehearsal. It's probably the greatest modern television ever, and it ends so beautifully.
Yeah, and season 2 is,
doing something different, but
it's on HBO too.
Yeah, it's on HBO.
All right, I'll check it out. I just got HBO again.
One of the most beautiful endings. Like I was like floored.
So is the rehearsal still reality TV though?
It is.
Yeah, at times I feel like there's definitely a lot more actors. So there's this thing that he develops. This isn't giving away anything. This is just a part of his shows. It's called the Fielder method, where he pays actors to stalk people, to engage with the people in order to like study who they are, what they wear, their little mannerisms, and it's like face to face. And that's like the attention of detail that goes into these things.
So they approximate that person's personality from their interactions with them, and then he interacts with them, and then the reality, like the person he's helping, it's like, oh, you told someone this lie, so we had someone like follow the person you lied to, pick up their mannerisms, and now they're going to be with you in this warehouse. It's a recreation of the bar you guys drink at.
Yeah, detail for detail.
And we're going to run through scenarios where you're telling her the truth. And it's
damn.
It's absurd.
Well, and it's just to help like random everyday people like go like recreate and go through a scenario they wish they'd done better.
That and then
elevate, yeah.
And then the second season it takes a hard turn.
Whoa.
I mean, you'll probably come across like details of it like at some point, but it's like how.
It's just genius.
Yes, it's next tier. It's what Twin Peaks: The Return did for the narrative, for the episodic television.
Yeah.
With the through line of it, the rehearsal was doing for absurdist like hyper
reality TV
reality shows.
Whoa.
It's hyper real TV.
Yes.
Damn. This might get me out of like Abby will watch like Love Is Blind or some
it's
shit.
That dude, there's this one episode
like, babe, no, let's watch this.
Dude, there's an episode on Nathan For You called The Hunk, which is which is basically like it's the Bachelor, but nice. Nathan is like trying to like he hires like or he puts out an ad to get like 30 women to like come on the show, and like he tries to like vet them and see who are there for like oh this person's making an album, they keep talking about their album, like are they here for the right reasons, like, and it takes like such bizarre turns. And there's one of my favorite documentaries ever is about a Bill Gates impersonator that he has on the show, and it's the finale of Nathan For You.
Yeah.
And it is one of the most brilliant, like that. It's called Finding Francis, and that extends beautifully into the rehearsal. Yeah. Like that was like what he was building to.
And then I literally cried at the rehearsal.
Yes.
Season 1 ending.
Dude, and season 2, what was it like? You've probably seen it already.
Season 2 just makes me squirm, and then there's so many great moments.
There was one episode of season 2 so far that has been like top, like S tier television.
Yes.
And yeah.
Just watch season 1, episode 1, and then go back to Nathan For You, because it's more comedic, but then it evolves into like the prototype for the rehearsal, and then the rehearsal's just amazing. There's a little tangent, but yeah, I've been wanting to talk about this. So
opportunity. Yeah. So, anyways, what you were talking about, like with the attention of detail of like setting up that shot, where you practice for like, or you rehearse for like weeks to get like all these details and everything. It reminded me of the rehearsal, because that's pretty much like what this, I mean, at least what Songs from the Second Floor is like in terms of that planning and coordination. Yeah. Of, hey, once we pass this intersection, all these cars are going to go by, and you're only going to progress like 200 yards in the scene.
Yeah, I noticed that scene too. I was like, wait, I thought they were all going straight. Then all of a sudden, I'm like,
yeah, and then you see people crossing the intersection.
And they're going like horizontal or perpendicular. I'm like, wait, what?
But it also reminds me of Schenectady, New York, which is a film by he was the guy who wrote Eternal Sunshine for the Spotless. Charlie Kaufman. And that movie is about a playwright who's trying to create everyday life inside of a massive town. It's the rehearsal basically, but imagine that the sound stage is 20 times the size, and you have like towns, you have neighborhoods, you have people like engaging like in everyday life. They have relationships. I don't know if you've ever played like Skyrim or anything like that, but if you follow like an NPC around in that game, they have a daily regimen that they do.
So a playwright trying to write, a town's day. Mm-hmm. Okay, I see.
So Schenectady, New York is a lot like that. It's very experimental though, in terms of like the imagery and just the way it's executed. Whereas Songs from the Second Floor feels very stripped down, but masterfully orchestrated. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, man, that was a massive tangent.
No, yeah, it's great.
Dude, yeah, I'm hyped on that. I'm going to watch that tonight.
I feel like you would love Nathan For You so much.
Plus, it just seems like a good thing to just throw on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's great.
There's kind of a through line to it for that specific show, but not really. Like, you just get more glimpses into who Nathan is.
The character.
Yeah, the character that he plays. But each episode, you could start an episode in season 4, whatever, and go back to like season 2, and you won't have missed anything really.
Yeah. Like the is it the LA store, or it's like a tourist trap store on this whatever that main street is in LA, Hollywood. And he's like, okay, we got to make a way to entice people to come is if they come and buy stuff here, there'll be extras in a Hollywood production. And then like he hires like a Johnny Depp impersonator to trick people that Johnny Depp's there.
And then that's where the Bill Gates impersonator
shows up. And then is that the one where he falls in love with one of the actresses, his like character, and he starts,
and all he keeps doing is talking about Microsoft.
Oh, yeah.
But the first episode of that show of Nathan For You is about a failing yogurt store. Oh, yes. And Nathan's solution to draw more people in is to draw publicity around them, because he says that if you advertise that you have a poop flavored frozen yogurt, people are going to come in and like be piqued by that curiosity.
Like you'll make the news. Yeah, that's free advertising.
and he goes through that process of like finding a poop flavor. And he like goes to like professionals to like create the ice cream, and you see like children eating poop flavored ice cream,
and they're like,
"It's so deranged."
That's fucking genius, dude.
And like like episode 1, he like faces his antagonist and defeats him immediately because he finds another. What's the position? Like advertiser.
Oh yeah.
He finds like just a random advertiser. It's like, what do you think would?
Oh no, a lawyer. He finds a lawyer.
So what do you think would drum up business for a yogurt stand? He's like, oh, like a yogurt eating competition. He's like, oh, I wouldn't go to that. I'd go to see what the poop flavor tastes like. I wouldn't go to what you're talking about. And then they just start arguing back and forth.
He's like, oh, well, why are you talking about small penises? Yeah, he's like, I just feel like you're really talking about that a lot. Like it's so like. It's just a massive like
sounds like
spiral.
Eric Andre show or some shit.
Yeah, that's how I think of it too. At least how I understand it. It's
but
like
surprisingly candid.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's so much humanity in the show. It's beautiful. But yeah, it's a lot like this movie too. I mean, there's brief glimpses of humanity in Songs from the Second Floor, but it's just constantly being overshadowed by like the death throes of this society where it's almost like it's reclaiming what was given in order to like start anew or to just, you know, make it all cease to exist, especially with like the death of religion in that movie, as well as just in society. Like we're living in a very fucked up post-religion or post-religious world.
Yeah, at the end of the millennium. We were all kind of young when that happened. But that was a big deal for a lot of people, I think. Mm-hmm. There's not going to be another 1,000
years.
One
like it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I can go on a whole fucking tirade about like the state of the world right now. But
yeah, do it, Kevin.
I don't know.
This movie's it.
Yeah, we're living this movie right now.
I know. Isn't that the fucking weird part? It's like, whoa, this is like eerily relevant.
This was 25 years ago.
Yeah, and it's like, well, you know, the whole saying goes that like, well, those kinds of writers, those science fiction writers and like dystopian writers are like, oh, because they wrote it not because like, it was easy for them to imagine it. It's like, oh, like it was already happening, kind of, and they're like just like exaggerating it a bit, and it's like, whoa, this has been happening, and it's like continuously happening, and it's like, whoa, it's still happening.
Yeah, and it's becoming even more dangerous now because like the attention span is constantly dwindling compared to it was in the year 2000.
Wait, what'd you say?
Oh,
can you repeat that?
Oh man.
Wait, what?
Well, like,
now my attention span is fucked, but go ahead.
Well, it gets even worse because I mean, when you factor in like how little we're able to like divert attention to nowadays, like we can't follow a well thought out argument. You know, we're so quick to, you know, when people find like a piece of the puzzle that doesn't fit inside the worldview, they get so infuriated by it. And it's kind of like a caveman wondering why bong doesn't kill or something like that. I don't know, like why, like why can't I eat this rock? Like, like, and it's the satire is beyond dead now, and I'm sure that like people have like, you know, said that many times before, but to me it genuinely feels that, you know, like the ability to comprehend and discern what is satire versus what is not is becoming even more diminished. And this is just like from my own observations, and I could be completely wrong, but I feel that you, especially with the internet as a platform, like in, you know, the development of AI and how soon enough everything is going to be completely dead online. Like you won't be able to discern what's a true image versus what's a real video from, or even what's a real soundbite, or who's real that you're even replying to. It's like, dude, that's another thing. I've been watching Serial Experiments Lane recently.
Oh yeah,
and that has been, oh my gosh, like eye-opening. Like that and Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex have been like
great shows,
killing me.
Yeah, very very ahead.
And The Rehearsal, like those three, like this, it's becoming so difficult. Like you have more and more people becoming like shut in society. Like you could see that in various countries, like and even like more so here, where you have people who don't want to participate in the system anymore. So what do? They just completely refrain from it. And it's like when you have the people who are in the system constantly dwindling year after year, what do you have? Like if you could look at like population crises that are going on right now, where it's like people are feeling less and less incentivized to have children. And when you have that, you have over, let's say, like 50 years, you have the economy constantly shrinking. You have systems, you have infrastructure constantly being eroded. You have all of these hyper-specific jobs that can't be passed down to people because there's no one to pass them down to. And you have the young generation struggling to make ends meet for themselves while also having to take care of the elderly generation. And even just like mass production, like all these things, they're all tied to each other. And loneliness is a big part of that. Like you have the death of the community. We're in the death of the community phase right now.
Oh yeah.
Like community is like it's going. It's like slipping off the landslide. And this isn't like a huge like doomer thing that I'm trying to like talk about. It feels like it's real and it needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
Like
And eerily enough, all those things you mentioned are in the movie.
Yeah.
To a certain degree anyway.
No. Don't you feel like you're at the end of the movie and all those people are standing up in the field? And I'm like, I wanted to be human.
Yeah.
But like now I'm one of the people in the field and they're coming to me.
I feel like we're like boarding the subway right now. You know, like the choir hasn't started yet, but everyone's about to start singing.
I wish we had the choir moment. I don't think we're getting the choir moment.
No.
You think it's already passed?
Yeah, I think it's already passed.
There's like
we're just unfortunate.
You would have to have solidarity for that to happen.
Yeah.
That's like that happened in the 70s, the 80s, maybe. We're all born in the 90s, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're the son crying in the taxi, and then we're gonna be, seeing all the corpses rise. Is like, okay, we're part of the dead mass, and then
the little girl, little girl.
Yeah, but not to be like what is it? Since Greek times or Roman times, there's always these writings like, "Oh, society's doomed and dying."
Yeah,
right
exactly.
Now. Yeah, but it's not that. It's like our society's dying or our experience. And
yeah. And then you also have the death of the environment going on right now too.
It's like the environment's going to continue, and whatever aspect of humanity is going to continue, in whatever form it's going to be. But yeah, like this film resonates that feeling of like, shit, I'm standing next to a pile of junk and crosses, and there's nothing for us, and here's all these old ghosts that put us on this trajectory down the road, walking up towards me now, like the climactic conclusion maybe on the horizon, maybe not, but it just resonates so much.
Yeah, because it's like, what took over religion in America? Capitalism did. The money, the dollar did. And when you have that, you have people, you're no longer abiding by these testaments and like these rules and like these codes of like ethics of like what it means to be a good person or like all these other things. And you have people vying for power. And what is money? It's power. And it's resources to basically purchase whatever you want. Like there's no bartering system.
Do whatever you want to whoever you want, however you want.
Yeah, as long as you get more zeros. Like, and to me, like, I'm not a religious person that much, like at all. But that doesn't mean that I'm not like spiritual or anything like that. I definitely feel that there is something that links everybody together, but when you have people who don't view life like that, you have people who like, lean on religion, but religion is so fucking warped right now. Yeah. It's like you have people, oh God, this I'm about to go off the deep end right now. Like,
do it.
Talk about Opus Dei, the right wing, shadow wing of the Vatican.
Oh yeah, right.
But yeah, you have people who are so distracted by whatever makes them feel comfortable nowadays. Like, oh, as long as I'm comfortable, then I'm not going to pay attention to all these other things, or oh no, I can't do anything anyway. So what's the point of even trying? And you just have this malaise, this social malaise, and like there's this concept that I've been really getting into. In terms of like the past year or so of like taking in media that has this sort of feel. It's called Denpa. Have you guys heard of that before? DENPA. It was like a movement that happened in Japan in the early 2000s. You could see it with films like August in the Water or All About Lily Choo Choo, and like Anno's work as well, like Evangelion. Like it's about social isolation amidst the rise of internet culture.
Oh yeah.
And it's like what happens when everybody becomes hyper connected. Like, does that create more isolation? And it's like, yes, that's what it does. It breeds isolation.
That's what Lane's all about.
Yeah.
Did you ever finish Metal Gear Solid 2?
No, I'm still playing that game. I'm stuck. Yeah.
Similar thing. Yeah.
Yes. So that's it though. It's like there was a whole movement that was dedicated to that phenomenon of Denpa, which is there's Yeah, I've been going down the rabbit hole with it. But anyways, you have this deep-seated yearning for like human connection, but people are just like so afraid to like actually connect and like be seen and be perceived, and for like fear of like one reason or another or whatever. And it's like there's so much like unknown involved, like on the other end of the tunnel. It's like, where are we all going to? And it's like, oh, it just feels like we're going into nothingness. Like we're all just walking hand in hand into that, because we just feel so crippled by this growing fear inside of us.
There's one of us taking action. Tyler. I'll if I have a job, I'll get whatever birthday gifts they want within a certain price range. Yeah. But you feel free to point me towards whatever big thing it is.
No, you just got to get them freaking DVDs.
No.
Or getting him the Iron Giant.
Yeah. Yes, dude.
On Blu-ray. 4K edition.
That's a must.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold you to that now.
But yeah, this isn't all like doom and gloom. Like, because on one end, you have to like acknowledge this stuff if you're gonna like do anything about it. You can't just like wait for hope to come and save you, because nobody's coming to save you.
Yeah. So yeah, beloved are those who sit down for your birthday. Here's all the gifts from your uncles of Late Film Podcast. You know what's the when old men plant trees they won't sit under line?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's like you don't plant a tree for yourself. You plant a tree for like those who come after you. And like that's another thing. Like a game I've been playing is a Clair Obscur Expedition 33. And it's about this massive like deity named the Paintress, who each year she scrubs a year off of humanity and writes the number right before it. And that's the age you get to live up to before you die. Like you just vanish. So now they're on Expedition 33, and that means that everybody who used to live up to like, let's say 70 or 75 or whatever, was constantly dwindling down to that number. And you have an expedition who goes to try and kill the Paintress. That way it can make people like live longer. And so you just have an ever dwindling population. You have people who are having kids and they're like 32, and then eventually like there's like, if each expedition fails, you're gonna have like 14-year-old, or like, no, not that, but like
the death of humanity.
Yeah, you're gonna have like 20, like you're gonna have children who only live up to like 12 before they die or something like that, you know?
Damn.
It's great. It's an awesome game. But yeah, like to me, like that's the answer to all of this stuff. It's like the answer lies in community. You have to engage with your community. You have to develop solidarity. You have to generate empathy. Where like empathy is like, it's dying. But well, no, it's not dying. It's being overshadowed by a lot of things in life right now, and by just the fucking craziness that is going on every day. But I don't know. To me, that's where the answer lies in. It's like going and like talking to people. It's like going and engaging with people and like learning about them and like being able to have discussions with them to like change viewpoints for the better, or to even learn. You know, continue learning and. You know, oh hey, I made this this sourdough starter. Do you want, like, here, let me give you it. Like just for no reason. Like I'm not expecting anything in return. It's just being nice for the sake of being nice, regardless of like a creed or anything like that.
Which, how many times does that happen in this movie? Maybe, yeah. Maybe the guy yelling for the girl who's sleeping.
Yeah, the homeless man. Yeah.
But even then, like, how nice is that?
Yeah.
He's just kind of doing it. But yeah.
I think that it's the brother. Safeguarding Stefan. Yeah. Because then even there you have the Christ figure, and like you have the two people, the two other hospital patients they seem enlightened, and which is why they're in the hospital to begin with. They're talking about like how if Jesus wasn't the Son of God, he was just a nice guy, which is why he died. Yeah,
he's just a nice guy, and that's why they killed him.
Yeah, and that reminds me of like one of my favorite books ever, called The Idiot by Fyodor Dostoevsky, and it's set in like the 1800s in Moscow. And it's about a character named Prince Mishkin, who fumbles their way through life, and they're like the modern day like Jesus Christ in that society. And it's like, what happens to this sort of Christ-like figure in a society that is so hell-bent on, you know, preying upon the weak and the kind? And it's like, but that book, it's so beautiful. It's so heart-rending as well, because you just see like this effect, like everybody who comes into contact with Prince Mishkin ends up like adoring this person because of how just kind they are and how like naive and how sweet they are to everyone. And they like, there's some people who just completely despise that. Like they're sorry, I'm rambling. I'm talking way too much right now. But one last thing I'll say before I shut up. I used to go, or when I was in high school, there was this one person in my class, and they were like one of the nicest people like to ever exist. And I remember there's this one other person I knew who hated this person. They hated him, and they're like, "Oh no, there's no way that somebody could be that nice. Like, there's no way. It's all fake. It's all fake. It's all fake."
Classic.
And I remember hearing that and just being like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm friends with this person, like, and they're so sweet and they're so kind. Like, if you just got to know them, you would see that. And it's like, why do you have this like hurdle between you two? Like, it's all of your own making. I don't know, but I love that bit in the movie.
You never found out. It just
that
person just hates them.
Yeah, it's like weird. Some people just feel a certain way for one reason or another, and it's like. But I'm
gonna hate.
I get that. That's why I'm a hater. I always think someone's out to rob me. So if anyone's too nice, it's like, what do you want from me?
Yeah,
I've been conditioned to fear.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, I've been conditioned to fear this.
What the fuck do you want, bro?
It's like Bo is afraid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. That's like the sequel to this movie.
It is, yeah. Dude, Bo is Afraid is like 24 years later or whatever.
Yeah, right.
That's another. I feel like that would be a great movie to talk about.
Bo was Afraid. Have you seen that, Tyler?
No. Oh boy.
Oh, damn.
Oh god.
That movie's a trip.
It's anxiety. The movie.
See, I want to look up if this was like an inspiration. There's a lot of parallels, especially like the flat.
When did
the
that
flat
come out?
horror
Bo
of society?
Like 2-3 years ago, maybe. Not too long ago.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say I remember.
The marketing kind of didn't do it justice, from what I remember.
I mean, I bet fucking Bo was Afraid drew from this film. I don't know. That's just my guess. I feel like a lot of Hollywood people, a lot of people probably like this movie. Like a lot of hardcore filmmakers like this movie. Like I think Edgar Wright likes this movie, and somebody else also of that status. You know, like people like this movie.
Mm-hmm. I'm being reminded of like certain things that would happen during the movie. For instance, the person who got their finger stuck in like the train car.
Oh yeah.
And everybody was like fawning over them, like, "Oh, it could have been me. Oh, it could easily be you." Mm-hmm. And it's like completely blown up. Like every time he moves a little bit, he's like, just like screaming. And it just draws so much attention to them. And then like, "Oh, hold on. My coworker is going to go inside and open the door for you." And then he just opens it, and it's so anticlimactic.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you could have just done that. And then you have the person completely shell-shocked from that incident, where, and then everybody just being like, oh, I that happened to me like 5 years ago, and it still hurts.
Yeah.
And it's
like, have some empathy, and then like the Belarusian youth was with the noose around his neck in the background, like slowly approaching the whole scene.
yeah, and it's like, oh, so you could feel empathy for like this person, but what about all these others? Yeah, I love that through line of the movie of people like, especially with Cal, like when he's in the church and he's like sitting behind that pillar, and they're like trying to like wait, is somebody behind that pillar? And then he just like starts wailing out of nowhere, like, oh my son is in the hospital. Oh, all these awful things happen to me.
And they start comparing like market losses, I think.
Yeah, they start talking stocks.
He's like, I've tried to sell my house for the last 4 years.
Yeah. They're in a cathedral talking about like, yeah, the real punishment we're all experiencing is loss of value.
He's like, I've paid for a vacation and the vacation company went out of business.
I don't get anything back.
I lost my deposit.
It's like they've been living for so long in that system that they lost the things that I don't know. It reminds me of like with like education, how you have people like rewriting textbooks to like omit certain parts of like history to like look back on. And it's like this society went so long in this capitalistic system that is just devouring itself. And it's like death throes that like religion, you know, capital gain became religion. And they're like, oh, why isn't this working for us anymore? And like all this stuff. And they just aren't able to recognize like the more important things. And it's really devastating to witness. Yeah.
I don't know what else I can say about this film, just because like I said, I need to rewatch it some more. But you know, I think the conversation that we had was super enlightening. I think there's a lot of stuff that definitely went over my head, and as we're talking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I could definitely see that. I can definitely pick up on this. And yeah, like I said at the beginning, I'm like super curious as to how much my feelings or interpretation might change as I pop it on more and more. Yeah, I don't know. Anything else? I don't know what else. What else is with it? I feel like what hasn't been talked about.
Dude, for a second when they were talking to the little girl, like saying like, oh, it's all about experience and blah, blah, blah. For like, because that scene went on for a while. I was like, oh, is this the scene where they like spoon feed it to me and tell me like everything that this movie's about right now? Because I was like, are they saying I'm a fucking child and I can't understand this movie? Literally, so I felt, I was like, because they kept saying, I was like, oh, I get that. I was like, wait, are they fucking with me right now? And then the next scene, I was like, oh no, they're just sacrificing.
Yeah. That might as well just be a metaphor for you or for the viewer at that point.
Yeah, it kind of was. I feel like they did go over a lot of themes that have been going on in the film at that point.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check out. I just remembered his latest movie. It's called About Endlessness.
About Endlessness, huh?
I think that one, like the poster is like of two people hovering in the air, or that could be You the Living. I could be getting it wrong. But yeah, I definitely want to check out the rest of his trilogy. For anyone who wants to, if you've listened to this entire episode and you haven't watched the movie yet, it's available on a Criterion channel to stream, as well as Amazon. Or you can try looking for the movie somewhere, like buying the movie, for instance.
Maybe YouTube. I want to say I saw a version on YouTube, but it didn't look like the best color grade.
I watched it on Criterion.
Okay.
Dude, I tried. Well, I was just logged into Kevin's. I went. Well, because you sent us the movie.
Yeah, please use it because I don't use it enough.
Yeah. But I tried watching off of Google Drive, and then I was like, I forgot that like the subtitles is like a separate file. So first I was just watching the movie like, oh, there's no subtitles. I guess I'm just gonna have to like guess as to like what's happening. I was like, I think I'm just supposed to guess what's happening. And then I was like, wait a minute, no. I think I'm just gonna watch on Criterion. I would have been more confused. I would have been really like, what does any of this mean?
You maybe would have understood more.
I know, right?
It's very bold to not have any captions.
I feel like you could like use like you could just throw this like. Do you ever go to those bars where they have like movies playing on in the background? Like this would be the perfect movie to throw on in the background of a fucking like Friday night bar shift at Bottle and Barlow.
Watch the drunkards
and I'm like
try to
4 whiskey sours deep, and I'm just like what's happening?
Bro. Yeah, you see the woman trying to get up on the stool. You see the guy barf.
Dude, and then she's just sitting
the Heil Hitlers. Oh
it's like dripping on her.
I feel like that one, I'm like, are they just beating us over the head with it right now? She's like, I can't get up. I can't get up.
The fucking green puke.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. It's a good effect. I was like, it made me a little nauseous. And then it falls on her a little bit. I was like, ugh.
Yeah. And you could just, dude, they did a good job of like the sound design too.
Oh yeah.
All like
authentic puke noises.
Yeah. Or like the pages flipping, even like the little drips of the puke onto the ground, onto the bar floor.
I like when Cal comes home to his wife and he's like grabbing her ass and he's like leaving like fucking
the ash.
Just ashes
all over
her
ass cheeks.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, he's just constantly covered in ash.
He's like, I gotta grab some ass cheeks before I deliver this terrible news. I was like, thought it was gonna get really weird, and then he just like grabs her ass. He's like, babe, I lost my whole business.
Do you think they'll catch me, babe? I burned that shit down. Yeah.
Oh yeah, guilt-ridden. He's like, oh nice, but also I have an unimaginable burden of guilt on me.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah. Any final thoughts on the movie?
I think I got him out.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was a good discussion. Definitely got to watch it again for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a fun one though. I had a fun time talking about it, and again, I just love that one scene so much. I watch it like once a month.
Oh, the choir?
Yeah, the subway.
Oh, yeah.
The subway.
When I saw that, I was like,
Oh
my.
my. You just pop in that one scene and you're like, I'm done.
With the music, everything. That's
I rewatched it 5 times.
chef's kiss.
Yeah. I was like it's like that perfect build,
Yeah.
and
And then all of a sudden, oh, and their mouths open and start singing along.
the execution of it all. It's just like the
Pure angelic.
Yeah, the framing.
Like
all
the
people
immigrant.
in the frame.
the immigrant who's like assaulted is in the hospital, and they wheel him into the hallway with the other beds. And then he's like weirdly like crying in pain but also humming it, and then it cuts to the subway shot. It's like probably one of my favorite introductions of a character, because I think that's his introduction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, it's not very long either, the movie. It's just an hour and a half. I'm like, dude, yeah. It's great length.
Mm-hmm.
So it can feel pretty long, but yeah. And again, the still shots. I love when a movie does that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just plopped the camera in like corners of the rooms wide, and it's like just let everything unfold. I'm like, oh, it's a pretty interesting way of doing it.
I feel like it gives the characters room to breathe.
Yeah.
And I feel like I get more of a glimpse into a character the more backed off we are. In some ways.
Right. Yeah, and like it just made layers of like paintings, like foreground and background and midground stuff, different people doing different shit. Like I want to see if I'll notice anything happening different in the background the next time I watch it of like certain scenes,
Like all the stockbrokers flagellating themselves.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Classic Black Plague mindset, just whipping yourself to make up for whatever sins you've done against the market. Okay, well, thank you guys for having this discussion. Thank you for listening. If you're listening right now, check out our other episodes, and thank you all for listening.